Spencer.
Hi, Judith. Nice meeting you.
You bet. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Spencer called me and said he's got some interesting things. So I said, okay, let's see what we can do and talk about the plant and educating people about plants and how that can help people.
Exactly.
First, a little background on yourself.
Okay. Well, I've studied plants for a long time. Actually started out going to Europe and starting with a woman who studied plants for about 60 years.
Really?
Yeah, and she taught about essential oils and extracts. And then after that, I had a chance to go out and buy a distill. So I bought a distill, started distilling my own plant waters.
Oh, really?
Extracts, yes, and essential oils. So I really got right into it up to my elbows.
Up to your elbows, and, really. And do you live here in Mount Shasta?
Just since last November.
Since last November. Where did you come from?
Well, I spent a year down at the Esalen Institute before that.
Ah, the Esalen Institute. Very good.
Yeah.
Good. So now we've got some products here. Could you explain a little bit about, you're talking about the plants and distilling the plants into, go ahead, explain that.
Yeah. Well, basically there's three types of ingredients when you come into the plants. There's the water-based part, and actually that's here represented by this first level. And then you have the essential oils, the oil-based part. And then you have a very fine ether, like an alcohol-based part that comes off of the plant very naturally.
Okay. Go ahead. Continue telling us about this, because this is an education for me.
It is.
It is, yeah.
And it's very new, too. In many ways, it's a very ancient technique to work with color, but to bring that color from plants is quite new.
Yes, sir.
And, yes, and the woman that I worked with, her name is Vicky Wall. She's British. Actually, again, from her childhood, she worked with plants, then she studied them and became a very proficient, what they call apothecary in Britain. And while she was working with the plants late in life, probably in her late 60s, she actually came up with a system that then linked the color of the plant and the combination of plants to helping the energetic fields of humans.
The energetic field. So could she feel or see what was in the energetic field to know which plant to use? Yes,
she could actually both feel and see. A very unique person. And she could actually say that she could see and feel on different levels. In other words, she could see the watery-based, more personality parts of the plant and the human. The oil represents more the soul, and the alcohol represents more the spirit. And she would actually see a distinction and feel a distinction between the three.
Now, you've studied with her.
Yes, I actually studied with her the last 5 years of her life. Okay.
Now, can you also do that?
What's more for me is I have glimpses that kind of confirmed what she was teaching. It was, I'm going to say, very almost transformative to be in her presence, because she would work with her eyes.
Really?
You could actually feel her eyes working in your energy.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I did have some glimpses of that, but I could see that it was taking all of her energy and a lot coming from, I'm not sure exactly where to be doing that. But I believe it's true what she accomplished.
So let's say that first one, that rosy pink one down at the bottom. I mean,
exactly.
What would that be? I mean, is there a generalization that you could give about why that particular one would be used for a person?
Of course, that's the whole key to this.
Right.
And it's finding out for that person. There's a kind of a progression here. That bottom row is actually the progression of the rainbow.
Okay.
It's from red to orange to yellow to green, blue, indigo, and violet. It's the progression we see in every rainbow. It's a very natural one.
Right.
So it's really a starting point, the red.
So if the red would be something that would have to do with maybe the lower part of your body around the base. They call that the base chakra.
Exactly.
Which is an energy center.
It is.
And then moving up toward the rest of the body. So if I have something going on in my throat.
Exactly.
So then I would probably, one of the ones way over there would be that blue.
Exactly. It's like a spiral right up into the blue for the throat.
Right.
And it brings out communication, but it also brings in what we're listening to. And energy is coming in.
Most people don't mention the ears, the listening. Very good.
Yes.
So going over to the second row now, what would the colors represent there?
Exactly. So we go over to the violet. It actually comes up over here on the violet, and that's like the stairway of the soul, the connection between the earth and the heaven. And it goes from dark to light. And what happens is the red goes next to the green, because just like people that are colorblind with red and green colorblindness, it's because these two hues are so close to each other. So there's actually a progression very naturally in the colors from darkness to light. And it's like going up that ladder.
Now that's something I'm not as familiar with. The bottom row, I'm pretty clear on that.
Right.
So if someone has, let's say, I'm going back to the throat, which one of those would be for the throat?
Well, it would be a similar color.
Okay.
The blue. But now it's on a higher level.
Ah.
And it comes out more on a soul level. So normally it would be considered something like a technical, spiritual technique.
Okay.
For example, like yoga or chanting.
Okay.
So you could use chanting very much that way.
Okay.
Or a yoga that again would emphasize that part of the body.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I seem to be working with the throat here today.
Exactly, I know.
Right.
Actually, you're doing very well though today.
Yeah, today. The last week I haven't been doing so well with my throat, and that's I guess why I'm really concentrating a lot of energy. Top level.
So then it's coming up to the yellow here, and we go right back to the yellow again. This is like quantum leaps from the ancient past, the solar gods, solar consciousness, Ra, all of those types of things, right into the present. It's like a blue truth. The highest religion these days, according to some people, is truth.
Truth.
Yeah, a very present day.
How true that is.
But it's a quantum leap above, the ancient ways of worshiping. And of course, the ancient ways of worshiping with the sun led right back to the plants.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And then the future is really the red of, I'm going to call it, God is a fiery God. It's things that most people aren't quite ready for yet.
Right.
But it's coming.
It's coming, right.
Yeah.
Which brings up 2012. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, that is, I don't know why, but I'm just really getting a lot of people talking about 2012 and the fear factor coming in with that. I know. So,
I feel there's something that probably might even happen before, so that by the time we get to 2012, 13, it's going to be I think it's going to be a lot of outward movement of these types of consciousness and energy is really helping people understand things that they've never understood before, because there'll be new things available like these products. There'll be new people that can speak this universal language of color, and it can spread very quickly, I believe. There's a lot of groundwork that's been laid through aromatherapy, a lot of work that other people are doing just as good measures, being conscious about water and bringing people's consciousness up is all part of raising consciousness. So when we're ready to make that switch, everything kind of comes together, and I feel by then we're going to be seeing things that are almost unbelievable even now, 7 years before.
I know. New inventions, new techniques, new ways of being. Yeah. So here we are on the cutting edge.
Exactly.
Spencer, you're right on the cutting edge here.
Yes, well, and I appreciate you putting it in front of people, because not too many people know about it, and I really think this will help spread the word.
Great.
Thank you.
Well, what's your website?
I do have a really nice website. It's www.SAM2013.org. I think it's going to be 2013, so it's the letters SAM, the numbers 2013.org.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Okay, well, I really appreciate it.
You bet. And we're going to leave those things right there.
Okay.
And so maybe the camera will come back and flash on those.
Great.
All right. Thank you, Spencer.
Nice talking to you.
All right. Very good. All right. Thank you so much. Now we're going to